The entire audience for this game sit around and watch some sparkles go sparkle. Welcome to Anthem. I always wanted to be Iron Man, and if I had a few more coins and my willy was any smaller, I might have been. That was a chemistry joke because we don't talk about immature things like farts and goblins on this channel. The gods did a bum toot and molded the poo cloud into a world, then norped off because they knew the game sucked. The ancestors of the people invented metal suits called javelins and built cities with bakeries and benches. Now they rely on heroes to do hero things with those suits, like fighting monsters and filling their helmets with water and pretending to be goldfish. Glub glub. I open a door and a woman says storm is bad. Then a man with a walking stick tells us to ready up and tries to take a woman's arm to add to his collection of arms. Soon after, he does a creepy smile at me and tells us to stop the cataclysm from growing and doing a big kill. An inspirational speech happens, then they climb into the metal suits which smell like the inside of a new car, politely enduring a baboon flicking the beans and doing the bogey shuffles. I climb into my suit, which is smaller, but that's fine because I don't want to get stuck in a hole. We run and jump off and go vroom in the sky and do cuddles with big bat lizards from hell. One gets too frisky and I fall from the sky and question my choices to play this game. I choose female voice because I am Iron Man. Like the same joke I literally just made. Voice in head tells me I'm inside a storm called the Heart of Rage, which is like a band named by a 14-year-old who thinks they know pain. I run through the broken rocks and kill evil bugs. I watch some big monster do a roar and sparkle his chest hairs off. Not long after, I witness the big bastard throw a friend against a wall and kill him, which usually happens when you get thrown against a wall by a creature that looks like the god of old gravy. Many shoots later and big bastard falls over and does permanent sleep. Some shit calls me a coward, then we get blown up by more gravy monsters. I tell him we need to retreat because it's just too much gravy, and the guy calls me a rookie, but follows me anyway because he's all talk, and I threaten to cut the softness out of his grandmother's pillows. Time passes and everyone gets sad because they failed and were no longer called heroes. I do the superhero landing and run through a jungle and leap off a bit to start flying. It was nice. I felt nice. I gracefully flew through a waterfall which cooled off my suit, which was lovely because I'm hot stuff. Then I flew some more to another machine and touched it gently and was like,
"What's going on? Why are all the birds leaving?"
I'm working on it.
The quirky voice that was always going to be a British voice in my head said Shaper energy was off the charts, which wasn't good, so I should go look closer because danger is fun. I made a sploosh and traveled into some underground bit that wanted me to collect lights like some f***ing fairy to open a big bumhole. Then the voice in my head said dramatic things like blah 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 blah. I played the most painful game of Guitar Hero I had ever experienced. Fell into another hole and into water. I emerged to see a relic in the process of creating something which was bad. In this, it was making something good, like puppies or boobies. I said boobies. I had to collect glowy balls again because that is the best gameplay possible. The relic got angrier and bigger and things were said like,
It's starting. You've got company.
I delivered all the glow, but it didn't work and it started birthing anger monsters, so I had to pick up not glow bits and deliver them to another not glow bit instead. Then some big thing happened and wanted to eat me, but a button got pressed and then it died. Then I flew out of it and looked at the blue sky and grass. I'm trying to stay more positive than the average content creator, so that was really fun. I leveled up to pilot level 2 and looked at all the weapons I salvaged from the sky. Time for character customization now, but not really, as I just pick a face from a catalog and give myself the cool sign of frog. I enter my hero cave and see Owen doing a perv on some woman on a future toilet. He was not sneaky.
You picked up on that, right? Little warble? It's warbling, right?
Maybe he was a doctor. I don't know. I shouldn't judge. Owen was a cheeky little rascal and did the cheeky smiles. He was always playing pranks like hiding crayons up a bum so people fart out vibrants and alphabets. He said my last job would have gone better with a partner because Owen wanted a suit, but I said no because I needed him as my cipher, which is like that Pokemon, but I'd rather they didn't attack children with sword arms. I went back to my suit and Owen followed me saying,
I just got a message from you saying to meet you at the forge.
I didn't send any. Why would I want to meet up here? Something's not right.
Woman in red suit was here to offer a job to find an Arcanist who had disappeared. She said they would make it worth my while, and Owen did that smile thing he liked to do.
It was a pleasure.
They said and walked off like a ghost was stealing their ear. Woman in red gave me enough resources to replace my ugly suit with a shiny one. I had 4 choices: Fenton the Necklace Milk Sorcerer, Boring Ted, Angry Andy, or Sexy Grasshopper. I picked the last one because I like speed, not sex with grasshoppers. It was so dirty because of all the dirt. I changed some weapons and some colors. I added more dirt, then climbed into its back hole ready for the mission. To my surprise, there were real people with me. I was not trained for actual social interactions. I went to a place and killed beings called Scars with my sexy, dirty grasshopper swords. I fixed a radio and spoke to Matthias, who was like, "Please help, I like living." I battled in caves and killed the big leader of the Scars to rescue Matthias. Pilot level 4 achieved. I cannot be stopped. This guy looked at me like I had a nose on my face. Matthias thanked me, and Tassian, the job fairy, said words. And then the Stairman painted pictures into my brain about children running and smiling, and a giant metal dinosaur trying to step on them. He kept going on about how the freelancers protected the world until the Dominion appeared and shot at things with their metal dinosaurs, so everyone did a big fight and looked like fleas doing boing and bang. They did well for a time. They lost though, and the evil people did the evil walk into the city, and the big bad bastard that was leading looked like a bald Elon Musk, but less evil. They didn't want the city though. They wanted an ancient Shaper relic deep inside the city, and their grumble monsters hit people a lot and went raw. They thought they could use the relic to control the Anthem of creation, but they were wrong, and everything went boom and screamed a lot. This cataclysm became the Heart of Rage, which was that one I was in earlier with the potato golems. Did that make sense? Who cares? Subscribe to Crusty and the Moon Wizard for more gravy. I spoke to some guy who was selling arms without the smell. His name was Prospero, which sounded like a superhero dog, but he wasn't a dog, and he just talked a lot about severed arms and hands. He said he needed to fire up his forge by collecting ember, so he can make things from my suit that might turn me on. I already had ember, so I gave it to him and unlocked crafting. I checked out his store but couldn't afford anything, just like the real capitalism is. I could afford the failed flip animation though, but I couldn't preview it, so how do I even know it flipped? Fuck it, I bought it. It wasn't like I was gonna play the game after this video was done. Or would I? No, I won't. I crafted a venom bomb because I wanted to melt skin with acid. This will become very useful later.
I have another job for you.
Job Fairy had another job for me. Something about shooting things. Again.
Start by meeting my agent at a regulator camp here.
I did a pose in my dirty suit for the weird people that like to look at my bum pillows and filth shoulders, then fell out of the sky and I hurt myself. Money well spent. Maybe. Perhaps. Possibly. I flew to the location I had to go to trigger ouch and did a tussle with wyverns, which put fire on me and burst into fire when I put shooting onto them. I found a clue in a box that said,
Dominion have attacked the camp. I can't reach Tarsis. We're looking for the Regulator hideout at these coordinates.
Then some Scar ambushed me, and I was very impressive with flips and flying and slicing that hit them sometimes. They kept coming, and a big one with a shield came too, but I shot his red elbows and he went boom and shut up. Next, I flipped off into a cave and danced in some water. I shot rocks for resources, then something made me not able to fly like some kind of bullshit.
There's the problem, that machine. That's a Dominion shield generator. You're caught inside the field.
I ran through mines for fun, then saw Dominion bastards shout at a woman that still had her arms.
No. So let's negotiate.
A very big man tried being nice instead and asked for a relic, but the woman said no because she still had her arms.
Relics are dangerous.
Only if you're careless. Do I look careless?
They found the relic, then fried the woman.
Negotiations have concluded.
I shot at him, but it did nothing. So now I fight his minions or die. I didn't die though because I could kill them better. I needed to chase Big Man to get the relic he stole. I ran back into the room that stole my flying, and Owen told me to hang around it while he disabled stuff with Beepy Boopy, and I got bullet cuddles. He did it after 7 sandwiches, but then more shitheads turned up with a levitating fire shithead who kept throwing fire at me and overheating my suit, so I couldn't fly, and I had to run away sometimes. I had a big brain though, and I worked out the way to win. Kill them. I escaped the cave and carried on the hunt for the man. I flew right into another ambush with big turrets and electric dogs and started blasting and throwing acid at them. Another fire shithead appeared and put fire on me, but I outsmarted him with better violence, so he's sleeping now. My suit communications got hacked by that big evil man, which gave him the chance to vocally pepper very evil things like,
Freelancers boast of courage they never have. It's why they're extinct.
but I said very smart comebacks like,
I'm alive and well, you son of a...
so I'm much cooler and he wishes he could wear my sandals. Mission over. I told Owen and Jobwoman about the big guy and they were like, the Dominion really have returned. She told me that I have to talk to Sentinel Bryn.
Come see me by my desk. And my plants.
She was quite odd, so I felt more connected.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I forced Owen to say happy birthday and asked where my gift was. I kept talking at him and my freelancer loyalty went up, because that's how human bonding works. And now I might not poison his milk and his porridge. I spoke to a guy who glued hands to his satchels. He said we have a new contract to protect some scientists as they did stuff to a hole. He wanted me to do it because he had not had breakfast yet.
I'm hungry. No breakfast yet.
Which would upset me too, and I hoped he got his breakfast with extra tomato. I don't like tomato. Instead, he just stood there for a very long time and did not get breakfast, so what the f was he about? I went outside and ran into people to make them do the arm jiggle and the body wiggle. Stopped at a stall to look at a suit that looked like Blueberry got angry cuddles from a slov of butter, guarded by a man with his head stuck in a waffle iron. His fat frog kept looking at me. I looked at his seasonal store, but it was shit, so I climbed into my sex grasshopper and f***ed off. I watched my character do the hold him bumtoot pose and try to eye hump me again. How much more could I take of this abuse? I leapt off the bit that I leap off of in glorious splendor and flew to the science people. I pressed a button and stood there. But I stood there very good. Nothing bad happened, so I flew to the next location where the scientists were not there, which is uh-oh. Nearby, I came across some scars and painted a murder on them, but their cage was empty. I flew further into big areas and came across more scars. I shot at them with bullets and venom and blew up their sheds. A really big guy appeared and my inside voice was like, that's Junkface, do a kill on him. So I triggered my ultimate ability, which made me glow yellow and do something. More damage maybe, I don't know, but I really want the boy good and put him in the dirt. I opened the cage to rescue the science people and threw a bomb of acid at them. I was bored now. I heard a rumor that if you like this video and subscribe and watch more videos from Crusty and the Moon Wizard, you won't be cursed. Wouldn't that be nice? Moon Wizard bless you and see you next time.